Hi, I'm Marna, and this is the Twin Flame Detox. So, right now I want to talk about the importance of letting go of past trauma and trauma cycles. Now, what do I mean by trauma cycle? This is when an event in the past has not only determined what the present is for you, but it is also dictating where the future is going to go. Yes, our past has that much control over our present, and it is 90% unconscious most of the time. So, how does all of this work? Well, we know that our thoughts and our emotions and our actions, both internal and external, determine what our current and future experiences are going to be. Every action that you do has an equal and opposite reaction. Sometimes that reaction takes a while to manifest in your life, but we all face the consequences of the actions we perform. So it is imperative that the actions we perform be ones that will have consequences we choose to face. Are you with me so far? Good. Trauma events create a pattern in your life. You focus on the trauma event and it becomes an unconscious part of your story. I am a rape survivor. That is, an objective statement of fact, but it's also an unconscious part of my story. When we determine that we are going to ignore the effects that these trauma events have on us, we are suppressing them. We are not looking at the damage and healing it. You have to face the pain, the fear, the anger, the damage, and heal it before it stops controlling your life. Suppression of an event is not healing it. It is refusing to heal. It is creating an unconscious internalization of what that event means. I went through this traumatic experience that is too painful for me to ever face. Therefore, I will spend a great deal of unconscious effort in avoiding allowing that experience to ever happen again, even though doing so prevents me from experiencing other beneficial things. That is how the trauma event controls your future. The bad thing happens. You have a reaction to it. You internalize the meaning. Once you have internalized that meaning and you are unconsciously reacting to that meaning, then future results will come from it. Now, one way that we all do this, and I do mean all of us, is by complaining. And some of us take a great deal of pride in the things we complain about. Well, my ex-husband cheated on me with 17 women. Again, statement of fact. But by putting that complaint out, I am seeking validation for my suffering from someone else. If I bring that up in conversation, I want the person I am talking to validate, oh, you poor thing, you did not deserve to have that happen to you. It is a horrible thing. When we choose to use a complaint to seek validation for our emotional state, we are creating more to complain about. We are teaching our subconscious mind that focusing on the negative brings us a sense of validation. This creates an energy field of negative energy. Now remember, the basic laws of quantum physics. And if you need to see the quantum physics masterclass that I did, it's right up here. Basic laws of quantum physics state that what you pay attention to, what energy you put out, is what is returned to you. So the more energy you put into your complaint, the more that energy is going to be returned to you. The more you say, my job sucks, the more the energy of your job sucking is going to return to your life. Plain and simple. Attention in the quantum field attracts more of the same. So, when we get caught up in complaining, when we start saying, this isn't how things are supposed to be, we get caught up in that whole web of being stuck in how things aren't supposed to be, and being stuck in that entire energy field of negativity. So how do we break out of this? I mean, I'm sure you know someone who has settled into the rut of their life. They're living a purposeless life. They have no clue what they're doing. They've just been doing it for so long that it's what they're going to keep doing until they die. And when you look them in the face, what do you see? Do you see someone who is excited and happy to be alive? Do you see someone who is thrilled at the way they contribute to their job, at the things that they do, at the way that they affect life around them? Or do you see someone who has completely and utterly given up, is doing the bare minimum to get by, and who is going to be in utter misery, probably for the rest of their life, until they die of sheer exhaustion? Which do you choose to embody in your life? Do you want to be fulfilled and feeling like you have a purpose in what you do? Or do you just want to work from paycheck to paycheck until you fall over? Being aware of your internal state determines which of these realities you experience. The first thing you have to do to change this internal state is you have to take responsibility for where you are now. You can no longer say, oh, I'm working this dead-end job because the government shut off grant funding to the career that I was in and there just aren't any more jobs available. All of those things that we all tend to say. Sales dropped off, I got fired, so now I'm working minimum wage. You have to stop passing the blame onto other things, and you have to start taking responsibility for the energy in your life. I am not in a job where I am happy because I did not step forward into creating the life that I wanted. I am in a position where I am underappreciated because I allowed underappreciation to become my norm. Those are hard things to say, and facing them involves going deep, healing your core wounds. Yes, I do have a course on core wound healing. Details are in the box down below. Please look it up. But you must face these issues, or else they will continue to subconsciously control every aspect of your life. You must apply positive meanings to the negative events in your past so that you can then draw in an internalized positivity. In doing this, one of the things that tends to derail people is the mirror of reality has a delay period. And if you look up here, you will see my link to the mirror of reality video. The mirror of reality delay period is largely predicated by how strongly you internalized the previous set of life experiences. How strongly did you believe that life sucks? How long did you believe that life sucks? Those energies have to play out before your new internalized positivity starts becoming the dominant paradigm in your life. People do not see instant results, so they give up, they say, oh, it's not working, and then they stop accepting the new paradigm. And this is why folks don't see their manifestations coming to fruition. The paradigm as you currently experience sets your belief set point. You must develop faith that you have established a new paradigm. You must believe it without seeing it for it to be able to manifest in your life. When that happens, then you see it. Then believing it becomes easy. But you have to have the faith to believe without seeing for that change to be able to manifest. So how do we do this? What are the concrete steps that we take? to be able to create this change in our life, to move out of this internalized negativity and into a life of internalized positivity instead? Good question. The first step is you have to become aware. You have to consciously face the decisions that you make. When you make a decision, you have to ask where that decision is coming from. Am I making this decision because I have a fear of being in lack? Or am I making this decision because I have an expectation of abundance in my life? Living in fear holds you back. Living in fear is negativity. If you are making your decisions because you fear the outcomes, if you do not make those decisions the way that you are, then you are perpetuating that fear cycle. You are preventing your new paradigm from manifesting around you. The second thing you have to do is you have to stop seeking complaint validation. You have to stop seeking out people who will sit there and be understanding of your shortcomings and who will sit there and tell you that no, it wasn't your fault, it wasn't your responsibility, nothing you did was on you. The more you do that, the more you seek a justification to stay in an energy of lack and limitation. After you address an issue, after you have done the work, after you face the core wound, after you heal it, let it go. Stop returning to it. Because the more you return to it, the more you will pull that energy back into your life. We're trying to move away from that. And the third thing that you must do is you have to take responsibility for where you are and how you got there. Once you accept that responsibility, you have to let go of all the decisions to blame yourself, to beat yourself up over it, to question your judgment, all of the things that we do to cut ourselves down because we don't like the way our choices ended up. You have to let go of all of that. Does holding on to the negativity of beating yourself up over a bad decision really serve you in any way? Or should you just accept the lesson learned? Let it go. Keep the lesson, let go of the emotions, let go of the negativity, so that you have room for positivity to come into your life. So, thank you for joining me. I'm Marna. This has been the Twin Flame Detox. You'll see information in the box below for how to sign up for any of the courses that I offer. You will also see links above and in the end card for the videos that I mentioned. Thank you for joining me. I'm so glad you're here.